Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be showing you how to get all 4 elemental swords on the brand new Black Ops 6 Zombies map, Citadelle Day More. First things first, unlock Pack-a-Punch, and then you will eventually see these zombies with medieval helmets on them. You just have to kill these zombies and then pick up the stamp that it drops. If you can't find one of these stamps, go talk to Craft first. He is in the underground area near Quick Revive, and one of these guys should spawn in within the first 10 rounds. Bring the stamp to the knight statue that corresponds with the sword you are trying to get. We're going to start off with the fire sword, also known as the dragon sword. Simply what you have to do is go to the Juggernog room. There's going to be a dragon statue in there. Hold X on the dragon statue and you will give the sword to the dragon. And it's going to give you 3 different locations around the map that you're going to have to go to and find these fire cauldrons that have dragons on them. And you have to hold X on them and take the fire from the dragon cauldron and bring it back to the dragon statue. But you are timed because as you're holding the fire, you will be taking damage. So you have to be really, really quick. I'm going to show you all 3 locations in this video, but like I said, it will literally show you the locations on the map itself next to the dragon statue, so it's really not that hard to figure out where they are for your game. And then after doing all 3 of these, you will get the dragon or fire sword, whatever you want to call it, and it is really, really cool. It's really, really powerful. Next up, I'm going to show you how to get the light sword, also known as the lion sword. Just like with all the swords, you're going to have to pick up the unupgraded version with a stamp dropped by a medieval zombie. And now all you have to do is go over to the upper village area, and you're going to see these yellow parasites that spawn in as you're holding this unupgraded version of the sword. All you have to do is kill one of the yellow parasites with the sword, and your sword will now be glowing yellow. And you have to go up to this door that has a lion on it in this upper village area, and then melee the door with your sword that is now glowing yellow from the parasites. And you have to do that a total of 4 times with 4 different parasites. This is very easy to do, very simple. You can do it within 1 round. And then after you finish all 4 of those, you can go up to this door again, hold X, and it will bring you into a separate room. Now, when you get into this room, you're going to have to go up to the hilt and put your sword inside of it. And this little pedestal is going to have a symbol appear on it. There's going to be 1 symbol at a time. It's going to be appearing on all sides of it. And there's going to be 4 symbols that are going to be kind of appearing in the air, kind of just floating around. You have to shoot the symbol that corresponds to the symbol that is on that pedestal. There's going to be 4 different symbols. You have to do this 4 times. Very, very simple. Once you finish all of them, go back up to the sword, and you now have the lion sword, also known as the light sword. This sword is pretty awesome. I would say it's probably my favorite currently. Next up, let's show how to get the electric sword, also known as the lightning sword, or you can call it the stag sword. Lots of different names for these swords. Just like all the other swords, you have to go up to the knight statue that has the stag symbol on it and get the unupgraded version of it first. So what you have to do now is collect 3 rods around the map in different ways. The first rod is sitting right next to Deadshot in the farm area. Very, very easy to get this one. The next one is found by getting dead wire on any gun and then shooting this electrical box to the right of Speed Cola by the staircase in the upper village area. This one's very easy. It will just drop the rod right down for you. And then the next one, you're going to have to go into the area where Quick Revive is, which is underground under the map. And you just have to kind of stay around here for a bit and kill some zombies with your sword. And that's basically it. Eventually, a zombie will drop the last lightning rod. And then you have to take all 3 of these rods up to this vase on top of the castle, which is right near Elemental Pop. And what you have to do here is just kind of wait around with the sword out and let lightning strike your sword. You have to then do this 3 times because after it strikes your sword, you have to melee the vase again. And then, like I said, do it again, let the lightning strike your sword, and then hit the vase again. You can't be actively killing zombies as you're doing this because it can strike the sword while you're killing zombies. So try to hoard up zombies and just train them around while you wait for the lightning to strike your sword. That is the best way to do it. After you do this 3 times, you can simply just go up to this vase, hold X, and you will put the sword in there and get it fully upgraded. And then you can take it right out, and boom, you have the stag sword, also known as the electric sword. It is a really good sword. I really like this one. And lastly, let's show you how to get the raven sword, also known as the void or shadow sword. Pick up the unupgraded version of the void sword. You now have to go over to the stamina up area of the map. Right next to it, there's an alchemy room. And what you want to do is you want to find a bone statue in this room. There's a couple different locations for them. I'll show a couple of locations on screen now, and you just have to hold X and pick it up. There's one that has 2 raven skulls on it. There's one that looks almost like a rock. There's one that has a ram horn, and then there's also one that looks like a jaw. And you just have to hold X on it and then bring it over to the bottom of the tavern area. You're going to find this wheel puzzle board thing. Hold X on it to input the bone statue into the puzzle, and then put your unupgraded Raven sword in the slot below it. And then you just have to get to solving the puzzle. So basically, each of the bone statues you find will correspond to a specific astrology sign. Just to give you some examples of ones that 100% work, and I've seen them work every single time they've been done. If you get the ram horn, that will be for the Aries sign, which, as you can see, this is what the Aries sign is. And so all you have to do is rotate the puzzle so that the Aries sign is the one that's on the very bottom of it, where there's a little arrow pointing up. Make sure that one is there, and then you have to now correspond it with the specific element that it goes with. And in this case, if you look at this chart, you would know that Aries applies with the fire element. Therefore, you have to do the regular triangle, and then you have to then rotate the puzzle so that triangle is there next to it. That is specifically if you have the ram statue. If you have the jaw, it should apply to Leo because it is a jaw of a lion. Therefore, that applies to Leo, and therefore that also applies to the fire element. Therefore, you're going to make sure that the puzzle has the fire triangle as well as the Leo symbol, both being on the very bottom of the puzzle where the arrow is pointing up. Now, this is where things get a little bit confusing, because if you have the Raven statue, you might assume that this applies to Libra because, of course, that is the zodiac sign that ravens are applied to. But for me and many others, it seems that actually the Gemini symbol is the one that's been working for that. So you actually want to do that. Don't know why, but if you have the Raven skulls, just do that. And lastly, for the rock statue, it was Pisces that worked for me. So again, put Pisces there and then just correspond that with the correct triangle, which would of course be the water triangle, which you can see on this chart. For the scorpion on the rock, this one corresponds to Scorpio. So simply just line it up with the water element as well. And there you go. Those should be all the combinations. If there's any more, I will definitely update you guys in the description. But if you get one of those 4 statues, just try those ones that I gave you. And if those don't work, just keep brute forcing it. Try the other astrology symbols within that element, and perhaps it will work. After this, a couple of purple orbs will come out of the puzzle and will basically chase you down. If they hit you, they will damage you, so you want to keep your distance from them. But what you have to do is you have to basically lead these orbs into these holes on the ground. You're going to see these like orb void holes on the ground that you have to just lead these orbs over it. You want to try to save the zombies for this because we have a lot of zombies spawning and it won't be too easy. So just keep leading them into these holes. The holes will keep spawning in different areas around the tavern. And once you finish this, you then just go up to the puzzle again and you can take the sword, hold X on it, and you will be able to get the void sword, which is probably the best sword currently. I haven't tried a lot of them out in the high rounds, but so far it seems like it's probably the most powerful one, and it's definitely the hardest one to get. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching. Peace out.